Let's play a game. Let's play murder.
Alright, I'm not too sure why my murder emote went off because it's not really working, but I'm loading up video now. I remembered to do everything for the stream except turn off the background and actually use the and load up the game, you know. It's okay. Oh, it's been one of those days, ladies and gents. It's been one of those days. There was an update. I don't even remember an update. Oh, so much fun. Anyway, it's not that important. I'm here basically to talk, so while we're doing that, let's go over what we are going to cover tonight. Tonight on Night Notes Strike a Chord Live, we are going to cover what is the best value in just quest packs. We are not going to be covering any of the expansions. Obviously, the expansions are where they try to put in like gear full sets and whatnot. We're going to try to concentrate on the stuff that you can just buy with ordinary DDO points. You don't have, and you get everything. Everybody gets everything with the DDO points. It's not like there's going to be like tiers or whatnot. So I want to see if this comes up as like see-through because it's like the same yellow I was wearing last week. Nope. Okay. Just my shirt. Oh, it seems like we need a little bit more light on the green screen, but I've done what I can. I got a late start tonight. Sorry, been a little tired. Also realizing part of the reason I've been coming home and being so blah is I'm not dealing with the ordinary regular pollen. I'm dealing with the heavy industrial grade stuff. I now work. Basically, the school is literally in the middle of an orchard. And so I'm not getting that I'm getting that primo hardcore almond and orange tree and pistachio nut pollen, not that wheat stuff. Hey, Fargonaut. So, as soon as, see, it's coming up now. I'm sorry about that. I am just, woo! I'm here to talk, maybe entertain, but we're going to talk about the best. I know it's going to be a little hard to entertain you because, the best is just that, the best, right? No, I don't want Pfeiffer. Allcrat, because she's got like the gear. And I was probably going to move the gear over. Oh, so when we talk about expansions, like I said, we're talking about the gear. I'm sorry. When we talk about quest packs, the thing is right. I'd have to say just before Menace of the Underdark, they really started locking themselves into either 4 quests and a cap, and just 4 quests. I would like to see like Iron Defenders be able to pick your shape. Like instead of a dog, have a cat or a bear or whatnot. No, I forgot to do my roll, so that's going to be put off by another 2 hours. Oh well. It ain't double dice day. I'm actually pretty prepared. So we're going to take a brief look at the 3 top packs you can get. We'll start from the third best, and maybe or not, it'll surprise you what's number 1, but probably not. Most people still consider it to be the best value in the game. All right, so the first one, obviously, the third best pack I think is Giant Hold. So let's go out to Giant Hold on Allcrat. Now, the best thing about Giant Hold, and actually the number 1 too, but you know, it's the best thing about Giant Hold. If Giant Hold was released today, it would be an expansion because you get 10 heroic and epic quests. You get 1 heroic raid, 1 epic raid, and 1 heroic and epic wilderness area. And the wilderness area is not small. So let's take a look at this. We're just going to go out on heroic because I don't want to drag a hireling with me. Now, the biggest plus behind Giant Hold, of course, is the fact that you get this vast amount of stuff for 950 DDO points. And it's all dual. It's all epic and heroic. And that's just a heck of a great deal. It also comes with a encapsulated saga. You get a saga replete with just Giant Hold stuff. You don't need to that's the big knock I have against Pirates of the Thunder Sea sagas. You need 3 Barrel Cove and you need Sentinels of Stormreach. So to get that one, that saga, you need to buy 2 packs, and it comes out to I think $12.90 or something like that. So if you just want a saga, in addition, a saga for your money, it's a good one to get. The quest or the wilderness area is fairly big, has lots of different enemies to kill. You got hobos and you got your giants, different types of giants, 3 different types of giants. You have all different kinds of crazy enemies to fight. You got Rakshasas and Zykara Cult and Geralith and Ogre Mages and Bugbears and those other things they're called. I can't remember. Got, I guess they're just Bugbears. Oh, hey, we did get it. Oh, we got all the bears anyway. And for an explorer area, it's pretty challenging. Ooh, a lodestone. Yes, always lodestones. Always lodestones, always. And I'm going to just kind of try to go around and do a rare run. If I don't mess up and drop onto the wrong side like I just did. The other good thing about this is that all 10 quests are both epic and heroic. I mean, if you really need just 1 pack just for leveling, it would be really hard to beat Giant Hold. But there is a big, big problem with Giant Hold. A huge problem, actually. A sad, deleterious problem. And that's the fact that its gear is rapidly being set aside. There's really nothing in Giant Hold that drops as worth a darn anymore. There just isn't. There's a couple of rune arms that you can get out of Tor, and past that, I'd be hard pressed to find anything that anyone would say is absolutely a crucial part of any gear build between levels 25 and 30 on your way up. Most people will say, nah, skip it. You hit high road, nothing's good out here. It's all garbage. I mean, the gear has been totally passed by. I can't even the raid one. I mean, the raid ones don't even don't accept sentience. I mean, Skybreaker, I would love if it accepted sentience. I was going to actually put all my filigrees on it over on McIntyre because that would boost its power enough for it to be really, really good. And then instead I've got is sadness and despair. Well, I'm having a hell of a great run right now. I'm 3 for 3, so let's continue it on. I was going to say one of the knocks against the adventure area in Giant Hold is that the rares are notoriously flighty. It's hard to get them to appear sometimes. But not tonight, because of course I'm going to talk about how hard the rares are, so it's going to look like they're easy peasy. Oh my lord. Sometimes this game just knows. It's all like, yeah. You're going to be all like bad-mouthing me. I don't want to take it up, Oh my god. We're going to go until I miss a rare. So far it is, my dear sentient weapon. So far it is. How bad do you think this game is going to torture me? Is it going to give me my first 10 out of 10 on a non-David Bowie named character? That's what I'm betting. I only get perfect rare runs on David Bowie named characters. Best I ever did was an absolute perfect run on Ataraxia, I think it was. Yeah. Best I've ever done on Giant Hold for rares was 9 out of 10, and I did that on a lot insane. Like I said, if I name a character after a David Bowie persona, that's just money. Oh, I did get serious. I'm so above level, it's not a big thing. And even though the other ones are not quite as expensive as Giant Hold, I think really it's the idea that Giant Hold, it's all both heroic and epic that really makes this still, the XP grinder's friend. You get it right when you need it most. Right when the XP stuff, especially the free XP stuff, starts petering out. Let's see, do we get the Minotaur? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it looks like I can withdraw. Oh. The other knock I really have on is while the quests are big and full of XP and you can run them any way you want, the biggest knock I have on it is Giant Hold's Explorer area looks all like this. It probably is the least varied Explorer area in all the game. It looks like pink. Just pink crystals and pink rock. No love, man. I don't mind coming out here to do it, but I don't come out here just to experience it. And I think that's going to be a big reason why I rated the other two higher. So if that's not a clue, I don't know what is, really, to tell you the truth. If anybody else has any opinion on what you think about Giant Hole, please type so in chat. And oh yeah, my Discord. I got to turn off the Discord link. It doesn't work. Sorry about that. I'll be opening the Discord up in a little bit, but that's not it. I forgot to load it up earlier too, but I've got it running. But kind of want to just talk. The good thing about it is, I'm sorry, I forgot another good thing. As far as the Explorer area goes, it was one of the first to introduce like waypoints, so you didn't have to run all the way out to the quest. Standing right about in the right where the storms, where my heart teleport location is. So once you find them, you can just go directly there, and then they're about halfway to each questing zone. Although the Storm's Fist one's useless. You're better off jumping off and going to their quests. All right. So, what do you think would be number 2? Well, it's not as big. But it's got something even better going for it than I think than Giant Hole does. So we will take a look at it right now. Take me back to Stormreach, Jeeves. My name's Vaniel. Jeeves! You're a far shifter. That's like a interplanar chauffeur. Sorry, that was a little scratchy. I'll have a minute. I'm hesitating. I'm tripping over my words. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I had super coffee at work today. That's kind of why I'm a little... Oh, yeah. Today I did language arts. Gotta tell the story twice. Wearing 451 for B money. I should just take the fire shifter. Mr. Far Shifter, beam me aboard. All right, second best pack, believe it or not. We're going to Necro 4. Woo! All right, why is Necro 4 the second best value? Well, first off, it is absolutely my favorite explorer area in the game, the Orchard of the Macabre. Heroic Orchard is still, after all these years, my Explorer Zone jam. This place, to me, is just gorgeous. Now you're thinking, oh, it's all boring, it's all like green and trees. Yes, but the terrain itself is much more varied than Giant Hole. Giant Hole doesn't matter if you're going up or down or left or right or whatnot. It just looks like crystal rock. Pink crystal rock. It's like wandering through an entire sea of sweet and low. But the orchard feels like an orchard. You'll come across these old little tombs and whatnot. They'll be containing zombies and whatnot to kill. It's just, oh, so beautiful. the rares can be hard to get, or they can be easy. The random gen, I think, on the Orchard is just so much more. I don't know. It's just got a wider range. Sometimes you'll come out here and you'll be like 2. But sometimes you'll come out here and you'll be like, 13. I think the best I've ever done out here is 14 on Ziggy himself. But the great thing about the Orchard is why is it better? Well, let's take a look at what you get. You get only 4 quests that are heroic and epic. Only 4. You get 1 heroic flag capstone. And then you get 1 heroic raid and 1 epic raid. And then you get this heroic and epic adventure zone, the wilderness zone. It seems like quite a bit less than you get from Giant Hold. And in terms of sheer content, you'd be right. But what sets Necro 4 apart from Giant Hold is what we mentioned earlier. And that's the Necro's gear, especially its epic gear, has not been phased away. It is, in fact, the first time really that you go back and compete against heroic Ravenloft gear. Code of the Traveler literally beats everything until Epic Emerald Guard. I'm not kidding. You look at the stats, and you're always going to do better. Maybe not totally better, and maybe you can get better After Effects. My light wearers don't wear mislaid investments after 25 because, Whisper Chain, it's like getting a Ring of Shadows. But I could if I wanted to wear a Ring of Shadows. I could. The Rings of Shadows are a lot harder to get than Epic Elite Whisper Chains. At least with Micro. I'm sure the drop rate's not so good as well. I did not get Zombie Train. I'm not having that great of a run. So Epic Necro gives you all that wonderful plus 11 stat gear, plus 20 skill gear. At 27, it's the perfect stopping point, especially for a first life or first player, to stock up on some gear before heading into Ravenloft or Age of Rage or any legendary content. You're gonna need something, and outside of some of that high road Druid's Deep gear, some of it, it's just not gonna. You're just not gonna cut it. I can't think of any armor from there, with the exception of Livewood Core for docents. I'm sorry, I guess Leaves of the Forest is your medium thing because you need that. So Leaves of the Forest. There's no heavy. What heavy armor are you gonna wear? Shadow Mail? What, you like dying? Then your only choice is Thunderforge, and you gotta grind that out. Who got time for that? The only other plate mail in that range or up there is in Wayloon, and that's all that heroism gear, which you get heroism and a little bit more AC, a tiny more. I think it's all +3 better than comparable stuff at level, but why would you wear it? It's just that and heroism. It literally sucks enchantment spaces dry. I going to get a single rare out here? I can't leave now until I get a rare, I guess. Now, the raid stuff, still not all that great, but most of it is real nichey. So there's still people that kind of like, oh, I want that quiver, or I want to turn the page. And it also has that secondary loot system with epic tome, or I'm sorry, not epic tome pieces, but tome pieces, tapestries, and shield pieces. And that stuff at level 14 is awesome. You got the Death Nips, and you got the Death Store, and you got Twin Blade. Necro 4 is still damn good value for the money. I would be really hard. We didn't get. I don't even need to look. And it's also fun. I love Heroic because you have diagnostic rats. See those two rats? They're there where Parquet usually is, or one of his spaces. But since they're at one of his spaces, I know Parquet is not at his other. I don't even need to go look. I will just to prove I'm right. But Parquet would be right there, but he's not. No Parquet. No butter. All right, there are no diagnostic rats here, so we do have to look for the beholder. Sorry, that's just the way it is. The rats tell no lies. Well, we're going to get rats up here, aren't we? Yep, diagnostic rats. We have diagnostic rats. We have no rare. Should have switched out my gear and come out here on a David Bowie name tune. But you get to kind of like to hear me a little bit more. And see, I like that. I just like those little things that just make the the Orchard of the Macabre just such a wonderful place to come out and quest and slay, and it never gets old to me. Quests are remarkably more creative than the rest of them, too. All of them have a twist. It should be, yeah, there he is. Diagnostic rats. Lots and lots of diagnostic rats. Yeah, the Temple of Vol with its 2-level setup and the 2 trap arms, and you've got GOP, which I admit I would like it to be a little bit more solo friendly, but this is the back in the day when the populations were high. And it's still possible. You gotta have some deeps. But it's still possible. Power creep has kind of saved GOP for that. If you're a couple lifer and you got the deeps, you can get through GOP. Flesh Render's laboratory it's just great on both. I think it's the best on both, really, because you're working through the laboratory, and then when you go in on an epic, you get the great Easter egg, the Bride of Mentau. I love that. I really, really do. Oh my God, it's a rare. What are we gonna do? We're gonna kill it. How can be Isabel? There's not the one I need. Which one do I need? I'll just go straight there if I know which one I need. Shredded Tapestry. Let's go. Let's see. We are in the Temple of Deathworm. No, wait. Isn't there a separate orchard? Nope. Let's see. Carcass, Parquet. Which one's empty? Did I have one? No? 14. 14. Okay, I don't know. Alright. So Parquet, Beholder, Ferenz, Giant Skeleton, Mummy, Blackbone Skeleton, Zombie Train, Rodek, Dread Wraith, Quinny, Wheat, Zombie. You already missed it. It's the guy in the north. Right, so I've already missed him. All right. More of a try. His name's like Cyrix something. Yes, this is Necro 4, Bargonaut. You can buy it either alone as Necro 4, or you can buy it as part of the big Necro value pack. I think they still have that. I think you save like 200, but you also have to play Necro 3. Necro 3 has the most solo friendly quests in the game. All of them. And the capstone. Oh my god. Oh. This makes me want to bang my head. Of course, it offers one of the best medium armors in the game, Jinx's Vexation, but... What you gonna do, brother? So what could be number one? Well, that one, Necro 4 is 850 DDO points. They raised the price from... It used to be 650, but they added 200 onto it because they added all that epic stuff. But still, a great value. 4 extremely grindy epic quests. Lovely level 27 gear. Perfect for going into Ravenloft. The 2 different types of raids. I separated them out because they're not the same. There's a vast difference between Mark of Death and Black Abbot. At one point, Black Abbot was just like that was the absolute cap. You know, it was all like, we don't care how hard you say TOD is. There's nothing on the Abbot. All right, what is number one? What am I calling number one? Well, it really only can be number one. And it isn't an Evening Star. Evening Star was all that four quests and out garbage. The King. And here it's because you get more. And it's still relevant. So here you get green steel crafting and legendary green steel crafting. Legendary green steel crafting, I know, is not as much as a level 27 gear, but in all honesty, you're going to use it longer because it is endgame gear, and they are the best, absolute best weapons in the game, at least until Sharn drops, maybe blows them out of the water. And they added so much to this. You have 2 heroic and legendary quests. These are the 2 you use to flag for legendary shroud. You have... Oh, I miswrote that. Hold on. Let me see something really quick. Let me check the old wiki. All right, yeah, I did mess this up. This guy, this really. Now, if Giant Hold was an expansion and only 950, imagine getting an expansion for 100 less with legendary weapons and gear and stuff. Wow. So, what does the Veil of Twilight give you? It gives you 5 heroic quests, the flaggers for the infamous Shroud raid. It gives you 2 heroic and legendary quests. It gives you 2 heroic and legendary raids, the Shroud and Legendary Shroud, which are almost identical. I consider them kind of be one. And Hound of Zoriat. You get 1 heroic level raid. That would be Vision of Destruction. You get 2 Explorer Zones, not just 1, but 2. You get the Subterrane. And you get this, the Veil of Twilight. An absolutely gorgeous place to spend some time. Now, there's no legendary Explorer Zone. There are only 2. One's 17 to 22, the other one's 18 to something. 18 to 22, I think. So there's no legendary Explorer area. But still, you know, when you're trying to get levels and get good, you know, this is still a great place to go. Legendary Explorer Zones I don't think are quite as useful for XP grinders. Because usually when you do an Explorer Zone for XP, it's your first run through. Maybe you grind out all the rares just to get her done. But I don't know that many people that come out here and just get the XP from Slayer. Now, what do you get from those quests? Oh, what don't you get? Oh my lord, some of the best quests in the game. Each and every one of the Veil quests are so meticulously crafted that they stand the time as some of the must-run quests in the game. Absolutely, you can't. You know, if you put any money into the game, you've got to come out to the Veil of Twilight. I mean, how else are you going to get the cap? I mean, there are other ways now, but really, you're going to be missing out on just the quality and the thought and the devotion that went into these quests. You have right down there, let's go ahead and look at it, right down here, and I love how the quests are even put in the Explorer Zone. Down here underneath Meridia, you have the Crimson Foot Hive, where you will do Dust. Let Sleeping Dust Lie. And in there, you'll have to, you know, you're out there and you're killing the spiders, and then you're going to come across a book and find out that spiders are the good guys, and you're supposed to only be killing the, what are these things are called? Not hobos. Ogres, that's it, ogre. I know why it slipped my mind. My lord, I am making too much noise. We're gonna make a joyful noise. We're on the Veil. How can I not be happy? I know, I'm hitting too many of the rares. I should just go to the quest Fulio, but that won't help. This place is huge. This was the biggest Explorer Zone out there until King's Forest. Might be bigger. Might be. If not, Ravenloft is, then it was Ravenloft. I know how they're all going to come at me. See, I've already attracted them, and maybe him. Didn't get the Ogre Mage. Look at that. And of course, another good thing about this is all of them are named after heavy metal songs. Thought that was cute. Oh, we're out here during the day too. That's when it's best. And like I said, just the way these were all set within the veil. All the quests. They're just so perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Ravenloft and I love Age of Rage, but you know, until Ravenloft, it just seemed like they were stuck in kind of a gimmicky mode. I don't know. Didn't feel like innovation, and it didn't feel like craftsmanship. We kind of got like only one or the other. We got really great quests that kind of seemed a little boring, or we got really challenging quests that didn't seem to work right. I'm really looking at the gnome pack. I'm really looking at thank you, Mr. Motorcycle. I'm really looking at Memories of the Illusionary Larcener and Search and Rescue. Search and Rescue is long and boring and hard. Memories of an Illusionary Larcener is fun, but glitchy as all get out. Oh my god. I almost want to have my teeth pulled. And I'm an expert on that. I've pulled my own teeth. So I know what I'm talking about. At least when I pulled my own teeth, I got a burger at Denny's. Not going to get that Search and Rescue. All I'm going to do is a long slog with a 0.5% chance of pulling a named item. And what? Here we are, what? Ravenloft came out, what, 9 months after that, and already that one item is useless? It's kind of nifty. No thanks. Alright, let's talk about the next awesome heroic quest out here in the Vale of Twilight. Rainbow in the Dark. Dio! In this quest, literally, it's in darkness. You have to carry a staff of light. Oh my god. A staff of light. You can't just go in there and fumble away. You can't do it. You can't. There's a couple of pit traps in there you're going to find. You can't do it. You used to be able to do it on a favored soul when the Archon emitted light. Admitted light. What the hell am I talking about? I admit light. Light, you can go right in. Some of the rares are fun, like the bats and the spiders. They're both really fun. Woo, bat rare. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, bat rare. You can make that joke too. Hey, Claybeard. Yeah, we've only covered 2 of the 5 amazing quests out here in the Vale of Twilight. It's kind of hard to run to all of them. It's been a while since I've done it. Mainly because I've slowed down on my TR. He should be here by now, but I've been lazing. He's only 12. He's not ready for the Vale. He ain't ready for prime time. Geez, some of these explorer areas were a pain in the butt. Well, it's got the second hardest explorer area to get to. Oh my god, everybody wants a piece of me. You get a beating, you get a beating, you get a beating. Did I get a bonus? Oh, look at that. So far I've only killed 3, and they've been, no, 4. And they've all been 4 I needed. Boy, is my luck running hot and cold out here today. And sometimes, you know, I get so used to running these a certain way, like I am. I'm just running the rare run. And I should get off of it so we can see stuff. But I have run I used to run Explorer zones at least, you know, twice a life. So I'd come out here and then I'd do it twice, then I'd move on. I'd do an Explorer run, then I'd do an additional rare run. I actually shudder to think what a legendary Vale Explorer area would look like. I would like to see them do one where they like drain the lake. That would have been awesome. All right, let's run out. Oh, forget about running out here. That's just, we're not gonna run all the way out. I'm not gonna do it. High up there is Ritual Sacrifice. You can see it right there. Let me get you, there we go. See that little thing up there? There's a big windy way all the way through here, and that's where you get a Ritual Sacrifice. And that's got a couple of good, neat mechanics too. First off, it's 3 layers high. And if you fall off to the bottom, you are going to be wandering a long, long way. Don't fall. That's my pro tip. Don't fall. Hashtag don't fall. I can probably say that about, let's see, which of these quests? All of them. Yeah. That's pretty much the go-to here. All of them have a lot of verticality. I am not too sure how much time Druid's Fire has spent out here. I'd like to know. I mean, she said that Lotra has more verticality, but I would say that the Vale definitely definitely makes BDO a contender for verticality. Maybe we pack it all in the Vale. A lot of up and down in Shavarath too, though, but I don't go to Shavarath as much. It does sound amazing. Never go to Shavarath. That's my other pro tip. Hashtag never Shavarath. For all of those of you who like Shavarath, and I might have offended, I don't care. You can like Shavarath, I don't. Never Shavarath. I'm glad I get to avoid it now. Cold Chamber! Everybody's most favoriteest quest in the game. If you have trouble with jump puzzles, never do this. Never. My wife doesn't TR because she knows that if she did, eventually we'd have to come back here and do Cold Chamber, and I would just never hear the end of, I'm just going to go die, and you can take my soul stone and res me at the end. And I'm going to go, well, this is the one life I've decided not to take UMD. I don't care. I just want the XP. I don't think I got the rare here, because usually when the rare is here, you don't get an Orthon up here. It's a cat. But the Cold Chamber, I think it's got it also has really wonderful, just sheer production value. I mean, it's a huge dungeon. It's far more vertical than anything else in the game. It is the most up and down you will do in the game, with possible the sole exception of the pit. But the pit's not a flagger. You can totally avoid the pit every single time. Crafting gives you a reason not to have to go search for a oozebane. There's no reason to do the pit, except it's fun. Especially if you have two people. You can solo the pit, but if you have two people, oh man, the pit is a blast. And in the fire elemental rooms, I mean that literally. It is a blast. You will be jumping and you will be blasted. Oh, we got one more. We got one more to get to. It's right over here. We're out of rares. There's no rares on the way. There's just a lot of things to kill. I think that's another reason why I like the Vale. For an explorer area, they kept the population high. Lots of stuff to kill. Go out here, get a couple hundred kills of each type. Even if you're just doing a rare run, it's nice. And then you have Running with the Devils. And the great thing about this quest is the fact that you're fighting the Eladrin, so you've kind of like built up this thing where you don't have to worry about light damage or whatnot, because you never fight anything. That's all the side of good. But a spell has been placed upon you by the evil mastermind tiefling that's disguised itself as an Augur of the 12, and now the Eladrin think that you are a devil, and they will attack you. With all that juicy light damage, you never have any mitigations against. Oh my god, is it hard. Who hit me with the light damage? Can't be him. That was weird. How is your punk? Punk, Trog. Okay, so now you come in here and you have these two quests. Now, one of these is not as good as the other. This one's not. What do you call it? This is the Curse the Sky. I found this quest to be pretty looking, but nothing too groundbreaking. And some of it was just downright confusing, especially the parts inside the big Diniath Fortress. This quest, however, Creeping Death with all the puzzles and having to kill the gelatinous cube and then the kobold, this was fun. This was just amazing fun. And you got that if you had already bought the big quest pack. And then finally, you have the Shroud. Probably the single greatest raid in the history of DDO raids. I'm sorry, there is never a time. There's never a time. If I log on, somebody sent me a tell, hey, Shroud, heroic Shroud, just for funsies. normal, levels 14 to 30. Want to join? I'd be all like, I'm already in your party. I pre-joined. I don't think she's flagged though. Yeah. Which is amazing for me. Usually all my characters are flagged, so it's just something I'm gonna have to do now. But I mean, just for the pack, you get all of those quests. You get both. You get the Explorer Zones. We should take a look at the other one. I guess I have to teleport back. You get 2 heroic exploration zones. You get 2. You get 3 raids. 2 of them legendary versions as well. You get 2 quests that are heroic and legendary. You get 5 heroic quests. What is not to like? And it's cheaper than Giant Hold, and the gear is relevant. Even in the 2 raids, even in the Hawks raid, the legendary Hawks raid, the armors are awesome. They are certainly legendary armors. Maybe not as good as Ravenloft's, but they're not far off. The rune arm is phenomenal. There is absolutely, this is like the must-have pack, and you get all that for 100 less than Giant Hold. Relevant gear, almost the same amount of quests, an extra raid. I mean, you have to buy Veil of Twilight. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm level at 16. I've saved up all my DDO points. I've been a good boy or girl. I have to buy Veil of Twilight now. There's no choice. If I have to buy Veil of Twilight or Giant Hold, I have to buy Veil of Twilight every time. The subterranean. What can I say about the subterranean other than damn, it's hard. I don't think the word amazing is the word you're looking for, crazy stick lady. Yeah. Vertical. No verticality in DDO. None whatsoever. Oh my god. This at level is probably the hardest adventure zone in the game. Lots of things that want to strip your prots, a wide and confusing area, lots of skellies, confusing twists and turns, multiple levels and ledges, locked levers that you have to kill for. I have no idea where I'm going. Literally none. I've never really memorized the subterranean other than how to get to the chamber where you go farm Frostband and the Luck Blade. And I'm not even really going there, am I? Maybe I am. Maybe there's a lever over here? What went bleepity bloop? I don't know. I got everybody mad at me though. Look at that. It looks a little samey, but the big thing about the subterranean is really its size. You could get lost in here really easy. Like, see, I hit a dead end. This is obviously not the place I was supposed to be. I'm just running around. Oh yeah, these little things are supposed to provide hints, but damned if I can read them. Oh, a portal. I found a portal. I'm pretty sure it's not the portal I want, but it's the portal I need. It's always fun coming out of a portal and going like, did I mess up? And the answer is almost always yes. Yes, you did. Where am I? Oh, okay, this is the way. This is not the way to San Jose. But I am going the right way if I want to get to where that is. It's just really hard. And you get this big room. There's a rare over there, and it's really hard to get to. And there's an insta-death thing and whatnot. The subterranean is not a friendly place. Not a place for a picnic. All right. There it is. Your top 3 packs. The packs I'd say you kind of have to get are Giant Hold, Necropolis Part 4, and Veil of Twilight. Obviously, the expansions, you know, we can talk about the expansions and whatnot, but the expansions are something that everybody's going to want to get just for the novelty of having them. They all have, like, very full ranges of gear. Shadowfell, I know everybody thinks it's a bit chintzy, but without Shadowfell, you don't get the Stormhorns. Without Stormhorns, you don't get What Goes Up. And if you don't have What Goes Up, it's a lot harder to grind out XP for your Epic Destiny. So I kind of think it's a necessity. I just wish the gear was better. I'm going to say if you have to skip one, skip Shadowfell. Obviously, everybody says that. Shadowfell, it feels like less like an expansion than, well, Veil of Twilight, Necropolis, or Giant Hold does, to be honest with you. It really does. So, you know, if you have the choice to buy some DDO points, and these are on sale, or buy Shadowfell, get these. I'm even going to say that. You have to have Caught in the Web. You have to have Ravenloft now. You're going to have Sharn. You may not, if you're a first-time player, you may not need them eventually. You're going to need them. Or you're not going to need them immediately. You're going to need them eventually, though. Shadowfell, you might be able to get away without. I mean, it's fun. But, yeah. It just, when you go through what you get, it just didn't feel necessarily as complete as, like I said, even some of these. That being said, Shadowfell,
let's play
that is
Murder.
10 quests both on Heroic and Epic. I mean, there's a lot to be said for it. It also means that, you know, running the Stormhorns on 19 means you don't have to do IQ. And IQ is really not so on the XP anymore. I'm running about 4 minutes over, so with that said, if I don't have any questions, I think I'm going to call that a stream. I'm going to put that up on the YouTubes this weekend for everybody to enjoy afterwards. And I do think I'm going to wish everybody peace and good questing, and you all have a great night. We'll see you next week, where we will cover the worst packs. And then the week after that, we're going to cover, and I'm hoping to get Even to show up, we're going to cover pets. So 2 weeks, pets. And then after that, we should have a big Sharn stream, because I think that Sharn's going to drop the day after my pet stream. All right, guys, have a great night.